Hi, this is Barry Haimo. Thanks for tuning in for another dose of bite-sized bits of knowledge where we give you meaningful information in a short amount of time. Now we've finished up formation, entity selection. We talked about all the different kinds of entities, so I want to tie it all together today. I want to mention just a few points. The first point is you want to get it right the first time. Formation is easy. Everybody can do it, and they do it, but they don't necessarily do it right. We clean up a lot of messes. It's an art and a science, and you want to make sure that your goals are aligned with the structure that you select, because you're planting roots, and you're going to build on those roots. And if you so desire to change it later, it could be a very expensive and time-consuming and disruptive proposition. Second, I want to mention that if you don't do a governing document, like a partnership agreement for a partnership, an operating agreement for an LLC, a shareholders agreement and bylaws for a corporation, or a limited partnership agreement for a limited partnership, then the default rules of your state statute will kick in. And I guarantee you don't know what those rules say. And they're very different. And you have the legal right to change them and make them what you want them to be almost entirely. There's only a few that you can't change. And I recommend you do that. I cannot stress it enough. I recommend you do that. Now, to give it context, we're dealing with a litigation matter where there was an operating agreement, but it was terrible. It was a terrible prepared. It wasn't prepared by a lawyer. It was people who found something online, and they thought that they were going to be, smart by saving on legal costs. And they found one online. They prepared it. They signed it, and there's holes. And one of those holes became an issue. The poor drafting of the document became at issue in a litigation matter. Now, it's lasted over a year, and it's cost both parties probably, I could say, easily over $200,000 in legal fees, and a lot of emotional pain and suffering, disruption. Believe it or not, when you get into business, you get into conflicts, your life is affected. It's adversely affected. It's impacted. So these types of things can be completely avoided. And it's just sad. I'm really sad that this wasn't done properly, because it could have been avoided. And when I say it could be expensive, I mean it. We're going to have a whole video dedicated to litigation, so you can understand the economic reality of litigation. So when it comes to formation, it's easy to do. It's easy to do wrong. It's an art and a science. Get it right the first time. Talk to your professionals. Get the holistic advice we're recommending. Make sure it's legal. It's tax advice. And it's also, in harmony with your vision and your goals of what you want to achieve as a company, because it is hard to undo. Once you're rooted, it's hard to uproot and do it again. And it's also expensive and disruptive. So hope you found this helpful. We're on to the next subject. Please don't forget to download the entity comparison chart and our free business planning stress test. The links are in the description. Thank you for stopping by, and stay tuned for more.